Hello everyone, this is Dotman, and this is turn 39 in the Mentor versus Midshipmen series, Vulcan sector. But this is not a turn video, this is a VCR video. You can see on this turn 10 VCRs. Last turn I went and attacked a Federation fleet that was sweeping some of my mines. So let's take a look and see how this worked out. I've already looked at them, of course. You know, it's the first thing you look at when you get a turn. And see if I can talk about what went on here. You can see this is kind of how the fights went. Virgo, 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 Patriot, Virgo. So I got my battle order right. Let's have a look and see what happened. We'll start at the beginning. Go here on medium. You can see I got my Virgo coming in on the right side. The Fed Missouri ship is on the left. He fought first with the Mark IV Photon one, which is probably not the best idea, but it will take out some fighters, so maybe it's not such a bad idea. But not do terribly much damage compared to a Mark VII ship to mine. Of course, I'm on the right because I initiated the assault. And the right side, I get some bonus mass. This is good for me in this kind of conflict. I'll talk a little more. So you can see this ship went in with 85 fighters. It took out that Missouri, lost its shields, took 6% damage, and lost about, I don't know, 24 fighters. So it's still got 61 for the next ship it's going to face. Here we go. So still looking pretty good. Plenty of fighters. This guy's got Mark 7, so he's going to do some more damage and take out a bunch of fighters. We'll see how it goes. So yeah, I was talking about the bonus mass. You know, with a torp ship of this size, this is pretty. It's got 445 mass. It's already got enough mass that if he was on the right side, he wouldn't get any bonus mass. So it's better for me to be over there, or it wouldn't really help him very much. Let's put it that way. Not that I have much control over it because I needed to initiate this fight. So how did this work out? I took another 40% damage from his torpedoes. A little bit of bad luck on his part, some misses. And I'm down to 35 fighters, which is getting pretty low. Let's see the next fight. I was expecting the third one to be a Kitty Hawk, but he stacked his Missouris in a row. I think the Kitty Hawk probably would have taken this Virgo out. We'll see if this Missouri is able to do the same. More torpedo hits. More torpedo hits. And he's getting pretty close. He's getting pretty close, but I still have fighters in the air. Oh, very, very close. Okay, he did take the Virgo out with this Missouri, but you can see this Missouri is heavily, heavily damaged. Now, the Federation has a bonus that they'll be able to continue to use all their weapons, even though they're heavily damaged. Any other race would not be able to. They would be reduced to like 2 beans and 1 torp tube or something. So, not what I was expecting. I was expecting a Kitty Hawk, and I was expecting to lose. So my next ship up is a Patriot, and I wasn't quite sure how a Patriot would hold up to a Missouri, but this thing's pretty damaged. Let's see if I can get the fighters to get some damage down before he's able to take this ship out. Of course, he's got 8 beams, so it takes a while for him to get in there. He's going to get a volley off. Probably. Nope, he didn't. Because he was so heavily damaged, the torpedoes come in. You know, anytime you have any damage, you start with your weapons unloaded. And they weren't able to load until he got in range, and my fighters were able to take him out before he could get a volley off. This is exceptionally good for me. My Virgo did just enough damage to allow that. 1 volley would have taken this Patriot out. Which is good, because now when I face this Kitty Hawk, which my Patriot will certainly lose, it's going to be able to strip a lot of these fighters. And this is going to be critical, as you'll see. See, they kind of do the mid-air thing, you know. So he survives that first wave, loses a couple more fighters, now he's going to get taken down. But you can see he's down to 43 fighters, whereas he started with, I don't know, 60 or so. So he lost almost 20 fighters, which is good. Because now, when my Virgo comes in... Hang on, the VCR got bugged. This happens sometimes. I don't know why that happens. Let's see if I can... if this fixes it. Yeah, here we go. I think. Now when my Virgo comes in, because he had less fighters, I'm going to lose less fighters taking the ship out, which is really good because I need those fighters later on to help this ship survive. When your heavy carriers run out of fighters, you're in a lot of trouble. You can see what happened here. These fighters are gone, and he's down quickly. I didn't even take hardly a lick of damage. And I've still got 72 fighters, so that's the difference when he's only got 40 fighters between, you know, losing like 20 or 30 fighters and taking almost no damage, or losing 30 or 40 fighters and probably getting my shields down halfway. So the next up is these nebulas. He didn't put the Nova in. I guess the Nova is going to be at the end. These nebulas don't stand a chance against an armed Virgo like this. They're going to get taken out pretty quickly. He may get a volley off. It'll dent the shields, I think. Yeah, a little bit of damage to the shields. What's next? Next is the Nova. And this is the fight, the tough fight, right? One Nova is not enough to take out a Virgo. But if he were down to 10% shields or really low on fighters, it might be. Let's see what happens. Yeah, the first volley knocked my shields out, but I've still got fighters to launch. You see, I've still got 18 fighters in reserve, even though there's fighters in the air. If I were to have run out of fighters halfway through, this would have gone vastly different. He would have gotten more torpedoes off and taken me out, probably. Or been able to use his heavy blasters against my ship. So it's probable that inserting that Patriot in the middle of the build order, or the middle of the combat order, saved this ship. Which is what you want to do. You want to you want to save your big ships if you can. And last but not least, another Nebula. And I'm pretty heavily damaged, but I've got enough fighters to launch a full wave and take this ship out. He will only get a volley or two off, just like the other Nebula. So, if I were out of fighters, though, this battle would be over. I'd lose my Virgo. So, using a ship to strip fighters off enemy carriers is kind of a key tactic in Planets New, and keeping your ship stocked with fighters. You know, I didn't have a lot of choice. I kind of gauged it just right on that first one, putting 80 fighters on it and 100 fighters on this one, so that I was able to have enough fighters to complete the battles. So, all in all, really good for me. I took out 3 Missouris, a Kitty Hawk, and 2 Nebulas and a Nova, and it only cost me a Virgo and a Patriot. So, if we go to the scoreboard, you can see I got 11 priority points for that battle, and he got 6. So I win the priority point war on this one, although, you know, it cost me 14 to build a Virgo, so relative to the rest of the galaxy, I'm not sure I'm up here, but of course, tactically, I needed to do something about these ships, and I was able to do it because I had the fighters and the heavy carrier ability. And I'll talk a little bit in the post with this video about things I could do to prevent this, but, you know, this worked out pretty well for me. I had to do something. The battle order worked out well, and I'm happy with the result. So, thanks for watching, and look for a Turn 39 video the whole turn later. I'll see you then.